We walk about Adkwart Studios. Nyame Ochra so nyamreti na hwe Adkwart Studios. Oko TFM radio Ghana ni wiase baby abeti enka. Aseda enke nyankopon adom a wodi adom ye baby odi efre no baby odi abeduro. Ya da nyankopon ase emayire mfri nipa odi amawe nyina. Ye. Yato abana wie. Yato abana wie. Yahunu baby a insusan afa. Yahunu kwa yebe faso yebe ku yenim. Empire ne yebo se omampani a yayi no sese no obetumi atoto ne emaye ama yakumu ahare yen. Ne yakọ ne se ya ade a ene nka mbuwa kura na migidi se ne Ghana fo ato abama no no. Ono nso de ose ebe yoyo. Your brantie bi oho no mo a wafa African krono mu bebre da say wa woni no na woni kasamfoni so ana se wonta ankoso odimayo wakoye omampani oni na kwatwitwe nkomo na enkomo oni na twitwe ye na edepa oto no wase busebusa no ensem bebre enti yenko na yenkoti.
Your Excellency, everyone has been saying that you're such a nice guy, but I thought it's just online. Yesterday I met yesterday I met you and Harry going somewhere. You were like, you know what? I'm busy, but I'll see you later. Did you actually came back to look for me?
Yeah, I came and
you came
looked
back
for you. You were nowhere to be found.
Your Excellency, everyone has been saying that you're such a nice guy, but I thought it's just online. Yesterday I met yesterday I met you and Harry going somewhere. You were like, you know what? I'm busy, but I'll see you later. Did you actually came back to look for me?
Yeah, I came and
you came
looked
back
for you. You were nowhere to be found.
but
but it's good to meet you.
No, it's good
Yes,
to meet
I've
you.
heard so much about you. And
Have you ever seen my videos before?
yeah, my children watch you, and
No,
they told me about you.
I think you need to start watching me, and I know that you're gonna fall in love with me.
I will. I will.
Your Excellency, these questions are coming from me. I'm gonna do more like the questions that a layman Ghanaian has been asking, and
Yeah.
General African questions and stuff like that. So my first question, you were once the president of Ghana,
Yeah.
and the people of Ghana decided to change you.
Yeah.
I know and believe that you want to be president again.
Well, maybe. You never know what happens.
What are you gonna do differently this time?
Yeah, I keep getting asked this question. We did a lot in my time, and at the time our focus was on infrastructure because we came and met a situation where our infrastructure was degraded. And so, of course, all the investments that we raised, we put into improving the roads, building interchanges, expanding the airports, new terminal buildings. We built a new harbor. We built new hospitals, new schools, and all that. I know that if we do come into office again in 2025, the fiscal space is going to be very narrow because of the economic crisis in which we are. And so I do think that the next phase we should be looking at, we're not going to have enough fiscal space for large infrastructural projects. But I think that what Ghanaians are looking for is a change in our governance system, a review of our constitution, a strong fight against corruption. Those are the kinds of things young people are looking for. But at the same time, raising investments and putting them in areas where young people can get opportunity to develop their full potential. And so I think that is the agenda for a next NDC administration. It might be me, it might be one of, we're going to have primaries and people are going to contest. And so you cannot presume that I'm going to emerge as the presidential candidate.
And I know since you're a nice guy, you're talking about corruption. Will it be possible for you, discipline people who are corrupt in your government?
Yes.
Because that's one thing that we've been fighting about. I know and believe that you heard about the problems of Africa when you were growing up. It's been there all the time. Everyone keep on saying the leaders, the leaders, the leaders. You don't think that narrative needs to change?
It must change. Today, we held a side event. I'm the chairman of the Tana Forum, which is the leading peace and security think tank in Africa. And we're talking with our European counterparts, and we're talking about investment in Africa, having more control of our natural resources, and issues like that, bilateral trade, the African Continental Free Trade Area. But I was honest to say that other issues that are within our own control to review are things like corruption, good governance, more democracy, free speech, protection of human rights. Those ones you don't need any foreigners to come and do for you. You need to do those yourselves. So those are issues that we must resolve ourselves internally. And then based on that, we can go and sit on the table and tell others that this is what we want to see.
But definitely, you know the fundamental problem of our economy.
Yes.
We actually export more of our raw materials and importing finished goods.
Little value addition.
Your Excellency, you don't think this must change just to help the local entrepreneur in
Even
Ghana?
before you talk about value addition, there's the problem of our huge food import bill. When I was in office, we were importing about $500 million worth of rice a year, and we're producing some locally. Today, we're importing $950 million, almost $1 billion worth of rice. And that is only rice. You talk about tomato products, you talk about vegetable cooking oil, you talk about poultry products, you talk about fish and all that. There is the need to diversify our economy. You cannot do it overnight, but the process must start, that we're able to cut down our food import bill. If we're able to cut down our food import bill, we'll be saving Ghana $3 billion a year. That alone is enough to reinvest in the country and be able to add the kind of value that you are going to talk about.
But how do you intend to achieve that?
I think that farmers need support. We've approached it the wrong way. I realized some of the things that we ourselves did mistakes with. We imported tractors and agricultural equipment and we gave it to farmers. The farmer does not need a tractor, he doesn't need the agricultural equipment. He needs the services of a tractor. So somebody who knows how to maintain that tractor must have a service center where he provides the services to the farmer. But we gave the tractors to the farmers. In a year or two, the tractor has broken down because he doesn't know that every 6 months you must change the engine oil, you must change the filters, you must grease the tractor. He doesn't know that, so we'll approach it differently. I think that this government had an opportunity with the planting for food and jobs. I think that money, part of it should have gone into setting up agricultural service centers where companies that know how to handle agricultural machinery keep the machines, but they offer the services to the farmer at a fee. If the farmer is not able to pay, you can give him a credit line. When he harvests his crops and he sells his crops, he can come and pay what he owes. It will even help with agricultural credit.
Because one of the things that I do on the continent is to travel different African countries, promoting young entrepreneurs. And one of the problems that everyone talks about is funding, especially in the agri sector.
Yeah.
I mean, the youth of Africa today cannot fund this kind of project. So I don't know if the government will come in terms of, if your government comes to power, you come in terms of providing funds for young farmers. I think that would be incredible, man.
You see, the thing about agriculture and farming is you need the big entrepreneurs to go in, and then based on that, if they put in the processing and the nucleus farm, then you have outgrower farmers, and you can bring the youth in and scale them up as they make money. I mean, it's done in Kenya. It's done. You have the big tea plantations, but then you have the small tea farmers too. And the small tea farmers, when they grow, they sell to the big tea plantation who process the tea for export, and so everybody makes money. You cannot just take a small young entrepreneur and build him into a successful farmer overnight. He needs to be mentored by a bigger entrepreneur. And don't tell me we don't have entrepreneurs in Ghana. We have them. They're buying Ferrari cars, they're buying Bugattis. Instead of looking into agriculture, I mean, one of our MPs said, if you want to be a poor man, go into agriculture. He doesn't know. He should go to East Africa and see some of the richest people are farmers. And I'm sure that if our people just stopped trading, as soon as somebody gets money, all he wants to do is trade. Make up so.
Yeah, no.
And then go to China, go to Dubai, go bring things, come and sell. And so when duties are high, we're crying, Guta is on strike, and so on and so forth. But I mean, if we're able to grow what we eat what we grow, I think that we would be successful as a nation. It's a process that must start. And I had hoped that this government would be able to start it. But unfortunately, the economic crisis in which they have landed the country, I wonder how we're going to be able to raise the capital. But these are the kinds of projects that African Development Bank is interested in.
Yɛda Awurade ase firi sɛ wotie yɛn mampani a yɛyi no sisi a wodimi sɛ wasua nneɛma bebree paa. Ne nsɛm a ɔreka ne sɛ ɔba a ɔbɛbɔ mmɔden na porɔyɛ ne katasehyɛ afiri hɔ. Na mebusa sɛ wei yɛ asɛm foforɔ because deɛ nti a nnipa dodoɔ to abama a yɛ president sesei Akufo-Addo na dodoɔ no gye di sɛ papa wei deɛ ɔba a katasehyɛ paa deɛ yɛnhunu bi wɔ ɔmaa wei mu. Ɛnso nnipa yi so ɛna yɛhunu yie sɛ katasehyɛ ne porɔyɛ ayɛ adwuma paa. Yɛbɛsrɛ sɛ saa mmerɛ baabi a Ghana aduro no ɔmo gyae akeka no na nsɛm a ɔmo ka no ɔmo de bɛyɛ adwuma ɛbɛboa paa. Baabi a wɔtii mu yie a ɛbɛboa ɔman Ghana ɛyɛ eku adwuma. Wɔsi wɔnyɛ desua sɛ mmerɛ bi a atwa mu no na ɔmotɔ tractor kora no a ɔmo de makuafoɔ no. Nanso ɛsɛyi a na kuani no papa kɛse baabi fi sɛ onim sɛ ne esi ɛrepɛ no. Ɛnti sɛ ɔba a deɛ ɔbɛyɛ ne sɛ ɔmo bɛpɛ obi a ɔmo de mfidie no bɛma no a onim ho adwuma na akuafoɔ no akɔ hɔ domo akɔgye. Na ɛba saa na wotua biribi kakra a ɛbɛboa ma mfidie no nso atumi akyɛ. Yɛda no ase because wotie nsɛm a ɔka sesi a n'ani abere paa sɛ nneɛma bi wɔ hɔ nom a ni sɛ yɛma aborɔfo no mmom ɛna ɛba bɛkyerɛkyerɛ yɛn nneɛma a ɛwɔ yɛ man mu a yɛbɛtumi adi ho dwuma. Na ɔka sɛ edwadie ne adeɛ a Ghanafoɔ yɛde gye ho paa so obi nye sika kakra bi a na ɔkɔ kwan so. Nanso wiase wɔn a wɔte ku adwuma se no wɔn ne asikafoɔ. Enti ɔba a ɔsɔ mpɛ kwan bi a wɔn bɛboa na akuafoɔ adwumadie no atumi akɔ so. Yɛda no ase sesei deɛ sɛ wohwɛ NDC a Ghanafoɔ ɛwɔ awerɛhyɛmu paa sɛ mode nsesan ɛba because mo a mo nkasa yi mu no sɛ yɛto aba sɛ yɛde nsesan ɛbɛba. Enti sɛ bɔsome baako mmienu mmiɛnsa ɛnan enum nam saa bɛka story koro no adeɛ a Ghanafoɔ ɛdom bɛdi sɛ deɛ ɔmo ne MPP foɔ adie no. Yɛwɔ gyidie paa sɛ Awurade adom nneɛma bɛkɔ so na nneɛma asesa. Sɛ yɛkɔ ne sɛ yie adeɛ a ɛntumi mmoa ɔman Ghana. Baabi ɔman Ghana aduro no ɔho ɛnka wei ba na wapagya ɔman no ɛkɔ n'anim kakra na wɔn nso ba na wɔn nso apagya ɔman no ne yɛkɔ anim o. Ɛnso deɛ ehu ne sɛ wei na ɛbɛba a na wapagya ɔman no kɔ n'akyi na yɛkɔ gyina baabi na yɛwɔ ntwitwɛdɛ na ɛba saa na ɔman no timamufoɔ no yɛn ne ho kyerɛ yɛn. Sɛ wotie nkɔmɔ a wɔn di yie a na wohwɛ sɛ deɛ ɔmanpanin si yi ne nsɛm ano a sɛ saa na wɔbɛyɛ deɛ a ɛne nka yɛbɛtumi aka sɛ Ghana nsesan bɛba. Na awerɛhosɛm ne sɛ yɛa na nyɛ nea ɔmo ɛka no ɛna ɔmo yɛ. Na wei deɛ ɔmanpanin wasua deɛ odinka busa ne sɛ wonim sɛ ɔyɛ obi a ɔdwo na ohunu no wɔ mframa mu but ɔne no bɛhyiaeɛ no wahunu sɛ ɔdwo ampa. Yɛma saa ɔdwo a yɛka fa ho no ɛnyɛ adwuma. Menim yie sɛ sɛnea ɔman yi yɛsi afa nneɛma mu yɛsi afa yaw mu no biribi te sɛ dumsɔ ɛnya deɛ a yɛbɛte saa dumsɔ nka biom ɛnya deɛ nneɛma bi a mmra na awɔ soɔ no ɛkɔ so ma Ghanafoɔ hu yie sɛ baabi a ɔman na duro no yɛho kyere yɛn. megidi pa me de na mta ka se enka fie nwatwe de wo de enka wo de asua de pa wo de asua de na se wo ba na betete boss se de na ho su de a ene na MPP ni NDC ebetumi aka se aha ye pe baabi foforo afa ye de Nyankopon ase me ogidie pa se ensesan beba ensesan ebeba na oman Ghana ya fiantuma pa afra eba saa se obia no eyi nanim ana oyi chi se obetu franka ana obedi party bi animu a nipa be nya rehemu awonimu but se mom de so hwe ba bia MPP aduru pai na se NDC mo de beto so a nti ye mompa ye se monso fa meto so sa because on semu a wo kan se no o maya rehemu o maya se oba baby foforo besi ye da Awurade ase ye hwe wanim senia Awurade ya dom na on the 7th ye pagya oni ade osi akonwa no so a efiri on mo kono eni e besisa na duma se meba awieye no enu amekai mesra brabontin na mrantie no a wo mo bowura offices ahodo no mo se niema no so omo wo MPP omo NDC no yesro brabontin na beka se obi obeya sa bia no yanchi ntum se nkrofo ti sa kasa we free wanum a ebeboa se omo free wo side a ombe so ani abere ena MPP for no crowd de ne omo yanchira na omo ayirem because se momo party matis yesi omo awura baabi ena fertilizer bi e wo hod mo omo soa MPP for no be so na di sa adwuma no because oh my Ghana see ye koni say dia emwo oh my no na min shira chief for ne ahwefo mbasa ati enka biem bye bye.